Disclaimer. This is educational purpose video only. I didn't harm anyone. I used my own device during explain of this method, so please don't use this method any kind of illegal or malicious activities. Because hacking is crime. If you do this, then it can land you in jail. I'm not support any kind of illegal or malicious hacking.
It generates the word list for us. So let me show you with an example because it will be much more clear. So open your Kali Linux, and Crunch comes pre-installed with Kali, so you don't have to do anything else actually. If you type Crunch, it will show you the current version or the documentation of the Crunch. As you can see, at least we have to specify the minimum and maximum characters that we want to use with Crunch. So I'm going to say Crunch and 8 to 9, okay? Of course, maybe you want to use Crunch with 8 to 16 characters, but it will generate a very big file for you. Then you will have some trouble even storing that file in your computer. Of course, you can search for alternative methods, for example, not to save the file but just run the Crunch without saving the file and trying the password, but again, it would be just too difficult for you to try all those passwords. It will take so much time, so it's better to specify the characters like this, XY123, and work on that. So if I do this, it will just generate a word list for me with 8 to 9 characters containing only XY123 characters, okay? So XY and 123. So it would be something like XXXYYY12, XXYY12331. So all of these possibilities will be in our word list. If you say -o and just name this file, it will generate the word list for you. If I type ls, I can see the test word list file in here. Now if I say cat test word list, it will get the content and display it for me on my terminal. As you can see, now I have all the possibilities related to 8 to 9 characters containing XY123 values. So if my password is in fact in this word list, then I can crack it. So since I have my word list right now, and since I got my handshake in the previous lecture, now we are